Okay, so yes, fresh out of the shower, but I had this thought and I didn't want it to wait. So no makeup, hair's wet. This is me. This is okay. You've been talking to someone and now they've disappeared. It's okay. Don't make it about you. As a matter of fact, you've no idea what's going on the other side. Don't assume it's something about you. Instead, try this. Reach out to them.
Great plan.
Thank you.
He likes your plan, Chief.
So you're fresh out of the shower with this brilliant idea, an idea that is so brilliant that you couldn't wait to make yourself presentable, an idea that is so profound and life-changing that you can't even string together a coherent sentence in order to convey how amazing this idea truly is. And what is this idea? Text the guy who ghosted you after banging you for a couple of weeks. Yeah, that truly is a brilliant idea. You are the voice of your generation with advice that would force even the most dedicated of well-paid mental health professionals to stop what they're doing to take some notes. Have you ever considered doing a seminar on this? Because you truly are onto something. No woman has ever thought of reaching out to a dude she porked after he stopped talking to her. It truly is a brilliant strategy that will surely validate your feelings and not leave you feeling empty and hollow afterwards. I say go for it. What do you have to lose? Certainly not your dignity. That waved bye-bye to you a long time ago, sister.
Say hey. It was fun to start to get to know you. And I'm gonna say goodbye now and wish you the best on your journey. I hope you find what you're looking for. Leave them in a good space. Treat them the way somebody should treat you. Be the example, because when you create this energy in the universe, that's the energy that comes back. Try it. I'm going to.
What?
Alright, woman, this has nothing to do with positive energy, okay? If that was the case, then you wouldn't bother texting this dude. There would be no need for you to do that. You'd be confident and comfortable in yourself to know that things didn't work out and that the next time it might go a little better. What you're saying is anything but positive. It reeks of spite. I'll explain. Jadicus Tyronius Rayrelius and you had a temporary fling going on where you caught feelings and he dumped you after it got slightly inconvenient for him. And when he ghosted you, that was him getting the last word. And if there's anything you can't stand, it's someone other than you getting the last word in a disagreement. Sure, you may try to make it sound positive, but it's anything but. It's full of spite and passive aggression. But what you don't realize is by sending this quote-unquote positive message, all you're doing is reinforcing his justification for dumping you. And when he doesn't respond, you have yet again given him the option to get the last word in through not responding. An opportunity he will gladly take. It costs him zero time and effort, but is massively effective.
That's funny because it's so true.
If you allow talking phases, sneaky links, situationships, and you get hurt, your fault. Here is why situationships will never make you happy as a woman. All of those words already refer to giving out the cookie for free. Problem number one, red alert. You are now a free prize, and every man wants an expensive, worthy prize. And you giving that away for free, you just lowered your value.
I must have missed 60 minutes. What are you saying?
Lady, that's nothing new. Men have been saying that for generations. That's why virgins were considered essential for relationships and avenue strollers were never respected. But where I disagree with your assessment is the fact that you think that you're... you know what? No, I'm still not saying it. That particular baked good is still sacred, and I won't let some bitter Jezebel on the internet taint that for me. You're putting way too much value into your slimy doom tunnel of insecure regrets, and you think that's the ultimate thing a man could get, which just proves that you're not only misunderstanding the concept of value, you're also boiling down men to the most insulting denominator possible. Yeah, men enjoy bedroom fun, that goes without saying, but the value comes from the emotional connection that builds up from a woman who's kind, respectful, and adds peace into his life. And that's not just the tunnel itself. It just goes to show that even when you're trying to pander to us, you still find a way to screw it up, which is something you can count on more than Old Faithful nowadays.
Next, if you don't require a title, once again, you're lowering your value. They're never going to respect you. They're always going to hurt you. It's this modern BS that any girl would want a freaking sneaky link. Ew, puke. It's not what any girl wants. And yes, it's fun, but you can have fun and love and care and respect. Fun is settling. You can have it all, but if you don't require it all, they're going to hurt you.
This is scary.
Nobody cares about what you require, woman, and that's because you don't care about what men need. And when you don't even take a second to try to understand what a man needs from a woman, all you're doing is disrespecting that man and boiling him down to nothing more than a bag of meat. And if you're not gonna try and respect that man, then why should he respect you? If you ask any self-respecting man, he'll tell you it's impossible to have it all in life. Getting into a relationship is the ultimate compromise. That's just how it is. Why the hell else do you think it's referred to as settling down? It's because that person is not going to have every single quality that they want. They have enough of them to create a halfway decent life, and they're willing to live with what they can't get. But you're not going to have that if you're just making demands of the men that you desire. And that's because they couldn't care less.
And if you've been screwed over, don't worry. I used to get screwed over, ran over 8,100,000 times. I didn't know how to set standards, how to never allow myself to get treated less than a queen. No one teaches you how to set those standards, and I'm here to make more videos on how to do that. But the biggest rule of all is never ever think that you want a talking face situationship sneaky link BS. Okay? Love you. Bye.
Lady, you're scaring us.
Woman, the reason why you're not getting screwed over, run over, or anything like that is because you've already been screwed and run through so many times that it's left you a rambling mess. There's nothing wrong with having standards or preferences. It's your life. Live it however you want. But those standards are what's going to determine if you stay alone or not. And that's all on you, sister. You demand princess treatment or queen treatment or whatever other blatant misinterpretation of regal status that you want, but why should a man give that to you? You're making angry, bitter rants for the entire planet to watch, and even though you come so close to making some valid points, much like an Australian breakdancer, you screwed it up so badly that all you've done is make a laughing stock out of yourself and the entire group of people you try to represent. But unlike the breakdancer, at least the good people of Australia didn't deserve the ire of the internet over such an embarrassing display of human failure. At least the majority of the Australian breakdancing community actually has some talent. I can't say the same for you, sister.
Good luck.
There's not one person, okay, that goes through life and doesn't have hard days. No matter how much money you've got, how many friends you've got, no matter how easily you can have a boyfriend, have a girlfriend, everyone goes through hard days, whether it be something to do with death, losing your job. Every single person goes through hard days. If you're having a bad day, this is what I want you to do. This is honestly what always makes me feel better whenever I'm having a down day, a hard day, anything like that. Music is a happy pill. Music is a healer, okay? And what I want you to do is, if you have a car, get in your car and go for a drive. Blare your favourite songs. If you're at home, you don't feel like going out, you don't have a car, get a speaker on, or if you don't have a speaker, play it from your phone and just sing your heart out to your favourite songs or dance. Just do whatever. Music is one of the biggest and strongest healing things that there is.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I honestly don't really disagree. The power of music does have a profound effect on the mind. There have been several albums that have changed my life. Workbook by Bob Mould, Tonics and Twisted Chasers by Guided by Voices, the Final Fantasy VI soundtrack, don't judge me, Catherine Wheel's Ferment, Greg Graffin's American Legion, and Every Boy Deserves Good Favor by the Moody Blues, and that's just to name a few. But now where I disagree is the idea that it's the ultimate healer. I mean, when you're miserable, the last thing you want to do is listen to upbeat and happy songs to lift your mood. Think about it. How much you want to bet that this broad throws on a Taylor Swift song when she's depressed? You know the one I'm talking about. It's that one song about how she was with a dude and then they broke up and now she's all torn up about it. And that's why there's no real replacement for putting in the work to improve yourself. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Xenogears soundtrack is still awesome, but it's meaningless if you don't put in the work to make your life better.
I know it, your family knows it. Dogs know it.
You guys don't know how jealous I am of my friends that can have hoe faces. Like, I wish I had a hoe phase in me.
Girl, if you wanna get into the hoe phase, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. I've had a couple of them. I'm retired from that life, but I do appreciate a good hoe phase. There's no strings attached. But you gotta be careful with someone who's a little bit obsessed with you, because that's how feelings happen. And if you don't want feelings, you can't let that happen. That's the crucial part. But anyway, back to how to get into it. Go do something fun for yourself. Go do something that makes you feel sexy. I'm all for a good boudoir photo shoot, going and go get new undies, maybe even hair did and makeup done. Do something that makes you feel sexy. Because that's going to put you into like this mood of, I'm getting some.
You know, something about that is just downright unsettling.
Why is it that it's only the women who are out there giving advice or the ones who celebrate the fact that they completely ruin their lives? I mean, just take a look at this chick right here. She's actually advocating for one of the most self-destructive things a woman can do to herself. A gardening implement phase is terrible for a woman. Outside of the fact that you're just increasing the odds of getting an infection of some kind, there's the physical destruction your body goes through, there's the degradation of your self-respect, and not to mention the fact that you're destroying your ability to emotionally bond with another human being, but there's also that little pitfall that makes you prone to take advice from a woman who openly brags about going through multiple phases as if it's some kind of an accomplishment. Lady, bragging about how you had multiple faces on your back isn't something to be proud of. At least you're honest about it, which I guess is something.
And I know we don't like to admit it, but you gotta download the sites. But you gotta make sure that you communicate in those sites what you're looking for. Obviously, you don't write hoe face. You write things like just looking for new friends, because that's code for hoe face, but not being like weird and gross about it. You just want to have fun. And there are a lot of guys on all the sites that are just looking for a little fun. Something you gotta be real careful about, communicating. Because if you're not looking for a relationship, you gotta make sure that they understand that, because bitches be crazy, you know what I mean? Always protect yourself, always listen to your gut. If something doesn't feel right, move along. And honestly, during my hoe phases, there were a couple moments where I kind of got a little hurt, but I fixed that real freaking quick, you know what I mean? The hoe phase is nothing to be, you know, I understand why people don't like it. I get it. They can cause some hurt feelings.
I am Jack's complete lack of surprise.
Sister, you didn't get over a thing. One look at that face and we can all tell that you regret almost every decision that you've made, but your desire to look like a sage-like paragon of womanhood will always overshadow your ability to admit that you screwed up. Here's the thing, woman. By going through a gardening implement phase, all you're doing is warping a mind that was already in bad shape in the first place. Women were never meant to do that. It's been scientifically proven that the more men you sleep with, the more it damages your body and your mind. And that's because it's more than just physical fun. The more bedroom fun you have, the more you need it in order to feel anything, because that phase just leaves you feeling empty. So the best way to not catch feelings in this phase is to avoid the phase itself like the plague, which is a fairly obvious solution. But you're a modern woman. Fairly obvious solutions aren't exactly your forte.
But if you notice yourself getting attached or someone else getting attached, step back. Step back from that situation and be like, no, bye. And you know what those feelings look like, the butterflies, the, oh, I like him face. No, that's, get out of that, back away from that person. But don't let anyone make you feel shame for having your hoe face. I absolutely appreciate my hoe faces, even though I'm retired from that life. I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't go back and not do it. So go have some fun. Go figure yourself out. Build your list of things that you like and you don't like. And when you're ready for the right one, you'll get out of the hoe phase. But until then, get it, girl.
That doesn't make sense.
Be real for a second, sister. The only reason why you're retired from the farmer's market isn't by choice. It's because the men who actively want to see you naked were becoming less and less desirable. And by the time that the decision was made for you, you latched on to the first guy who was willing to settle for less, and you make him work way too hard for the hallway that can fit an entire case of hot dogs and still have room for more. You clearly have your regrets. Your face shows it all. But admitting to such things would show your imperfections as a woman, and a modern woman is nothing if not for the delusion of perfection. A gardening implement phase doesn't help you find a thing. It just makes you even more lost, confused, and ultimately worthless. So if you missed out on the phase, don't feel ashamed or embarrassed, because there's nothing more embarrassing than a used up old broad who's giving you advice for your life to turn out exactly like hers. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button. Ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, make sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.